10 October arrives for Pisces like breath returning on its own. Quiet, effortless, without strain. It's the kind of day when you suddenly realize, I'm not living on standby for someone else, I'm truly living for myself. That isn't selfishness. It's coming back to your own center. You may wake with a sense of something delicate inside, as if a fine thread between you and the world is stretched to its limit. What's needed is not to push, hurry, or bend yourself for others, but to stay in honest contact with yourself. Today your sensitivity is exquisitely tuned. You can feel the mood in a room, catch shades of meaning in a voice, sense the subtext in a message. It might be tiring, yet this is also your gift. You feel more deeply than most, and because of that, you live more truthfully. If you crave silence, allow it. You don't have to be explained, you don't have to be understood by everyone. You may even be a mystery to yourself today, and that's still true. There's no need to sort everything into neat boxes. Sometimes the fog isn't being lost, it's protection, a way to reconfigure. Pisces often hold everyone else together, listening, soothing, carrying pain that isn't theirs. But 10 October is a day when you have full permission not to rescue, not to absorb, not to be the pillar, just to be tender, tired, quiet, feeling, and real. If the people who love you are nearby, they'll sense it and give you space. If they don't, that's a sign. Not about them, but about you. You're no longer willing to lose yourself for the sake of someone else's comfort. You choose yourself, not against anyone, but for yourself. 10 October may bring the special sensation that something in you is quietly turned, as if an inner door opened without noise. As though, for the first time in a long while, you notice how much life moves within you, soft, sincere, calm. It's a day for creativity, for water, for aimless walks, for anything where the outcome isn't the point but the feeling of, I feel good, is. Music, scribbles and notes, color and paint, daydreams and delicious food, closed eyes, a warm blanket, a shower. Let whatever makes you feel alive take priority. If you're working, carve out even half an hour of quiet to not speak, not listen, not think, just be. Even a slow cup of tea can be a way back to yourself. If someone from the past appears, don't be surprised. Perhaps you reflected something meaningful in their life. Perhaps they sense your energy. But before you answer, ask, do I want this? Today your hearing is fine-tuned, and you can trust your read of the moment. 10 October gives Pisces a chance at inner peace, not because everything has been solved, but because you stopped running. Outside, anything might be happening. Inside, you are authentic, sensitive, and remarkably alive. The day whispers, don't rush, it's already unfolding. And you feel it, yes, it really is happening, not out there but within, where light has been scarce because you stayed quiet to protect someone else's stability. Today, it can be different. Pisces often step back when they feel misunderstood. But this day doesn't ask you to be understood, nor to be perfectly logical. It simply invites you. Would you like to feel what it's like not to fear your own depth? Many of you will remember what you've tried to forget. Old feelings, interrupted conversations, promises you made to yourself. Not to return to the past, but to clear space. Where emotions froze, current begins to flow again. Where words went silent, truth finds a voice. If you want to cry, let it come. These tears aren't weakness or pain. They're thaw, the inner softening after a long winter. It's the moment your heart begins to move again. Whether anyone sees it doesn't matter. What matters is that you do. 10 October can also be special for your body, not in the sense of pushing it but of inhabiting it. This is mine, I live here, I feel it. Touch yourself with attentiveness without judgment. Look in the mirror and smile. Let today hold no inner war with yourself. If you're in a relationship, this day lets you feel who stands beside you, not through words or actions, but through silence and energy. You may understand a great deal, sometimes with pain, sometimes with tenderness, but honestly. If you're single yet someone lingers in your mind, ask, do I truly want this, or am I afraid of the empty space? Pisces often cling to a beautiful image. Today you can see what is truly alive and what is only illusion. This is not a day for big decisions. It's a day of intuition, of walking without a map but knowing the direction, of not controlling and yet not feeling lost, of trusting yourself even if no one else understands what you are doing. If loneliness rises, don't smother it. Listen. Maybe it isn't loneliness at all, but your soul calling you home. You've been for others for too long today. Be for yourself. This isn't isolation, it's healing. You don't need grand events. A handful of moments can be enough to feel vividly alive, remembering someone you cherish, hearing a song that brings tears, meeting a gaze warm enough to soften you. None of this is random. These are responses. The day doesn't ask for productivity, it asks for authenticity. In the quiet no one hears, in the depth no one sees, in the place where you are real. No filters, no roles, no need to please or perform. You may feel moved to do something you've long postponed, not out of obligation, but because the timing feels true. Write a letter, sort through old things, begin a new book, or simply go to bed early. Anything done from love rather than duty will replenish you. Connections with family are especially sensitive now. Someone may unexpectedly reach out, or you might feel the pull to hear a familiar voice. That isn't coincidence, it's your bond at work. It always senses where love resides, even when words have been absent. If you work with people, this can be an especially delicate day. You'll perceive more, hear more deeply, understand what others don't say. Don't try to rescue or fix, simply be. Your presence is support, your quiet is already a form of healing. If joy has been distant, it may arrive today in simple forms: the scent of fresh bread, a sunbeam on the windowsill, a child's laughter, a small but sincere thank you. Pisces live in nuances, that's where your magic dwells. Today it's good to dream, not plan but truly dream. Paint images in your mind, imagine how it could feel, and let it feel as if it already exists. Your energy is unusually receptive to the future. What you pour into your visions can begin to draw itself toward you. Your inner dialogue may be especially strong. You may hear yourself louder, clearer, truer. Don't argue or criticize, don't force, listen and trust. Sometimes the most important conversation happens in complete inner stillness. If you haven't allowed yourself to be vulnerable for a long time, you can do so now, alone with yourself, or with someone who looks your way with care. Even if nothing outward occurs, it's already a step. Not all changes are loud, the most vital ones are always quiet. 10 October is made for forgiving yourself, for enduring too long, for desiring love and not receiving it, for being naive, trusting, alive. That isn't weakness, it's what makes you who you are. Don't disown it, bless it, thank it, and let it go. You may feel, I'm ready for something new, not as a checklist but as an inner motion. It's as if time stops being an enemy and you slip back into the current, where life doesn't follow the script, yet somehow moves rightly, where you feel calm even if nothing outside has changed, because inside, it's a little brighter. By evening, a gentle clarity may arrive. Not answers or conclusions, but a quiet knowing, as though something within has been released or returned. As if, in a place of your soul that's been cold for too long, a candle finally flickered to life, small, yet genuine. This isn't a day for big declarations. It's a day of returning to yourself, inward, to the place you never truly lost but kept silent for too long, where there may have been little light, but there was always warmth. Where you are quiet, deep, steady, kind, exactly as you are. 10 October is a day when you don't have to change anything, and yet everything can begin to change, simply because you stop fighting. That alone is a victory you chose yourself. That alone is a path you are not afraid to feel. And that alone is love.